Good day, everyone. I will be discussing the particle swarm optimization algorithm. In this topic, we will try to cover the origins, concept, and the PSO algorithm itself. The PSO algorithm is inspired from the nature's social behavior and dynamic movements with communications of insects, birds, and fish. Okay. In 1968, Craig Reynolds described this process in three simple behaviors. First is the separation, that is to avoid crowding local flockmates. Then we have the alignment, that is moving towards the average heading of local flockmates. And then the cohesion, move toward the average position of local flockmates. Okay, now the PSO was proposed by James Kennedy and Russell Eberhardt in 1995. It combines self-experiences with social experiences. Okay? Now, it uses a number of agents or particles, that is the member of the flock, so that constitute a swarm moving around in the search space looking for the best solution. Okay? Each particle in search space adjusts its flying according to its own flying experience as well as the experience or the flying experience of other particles. The PSO is a collection of flying particles, that is the swarm, with ever-changing solutions. And then the search area is the possible solutions, movement towards a promising area to get the global optimum. Okay? Each particle keeps track of the following: its best solution, that is personal best or denoted as P best, and then the best value of any particle, the global best, denoted as G best. Okay? Each particle adjusts its traveling speed dynamically corresponding to the flying experiences of itself and its colleague. Okay? Each particle modifies its position according to the current position, its current velocity, the distance between its current position and the personal best, and then the distance between its current position and the global best. Okay? Okay. We have the algorithm neighborhood. Okay? There are two types, the geographical and the social. Social meaning the the relationship between each particle, and then the geographical is the geographical location of each particle located in the search space. So as seen in the figure, we have the global search space. So as you can see, the global is the entire neighborhood, okay, and the entire search space of the flock or the swarm. Okay, we have the parameters. The algorithm parameters: A is the population of agents, P sub I is the position of an agent, AI, in the solution space or the search space. F is the objective function, VI is the velocity of agents, A1, and V, close and open parenthesis, AI is the neighborhood of agent AI. So this is fixed. The neighborhood concept in PSO is not the same as the one used in other meta-heuristic search, since in PSO each particle's neighborhood never changes. Okay? Here we have an example of an algorithm wherein P is initialized, and then P best, the function, the global best, the velocity is being looked into. Okay, so we will discuss this further in the following slides. Okay, so particular update rule, as seen in the algorithm in the previous slide, P is equals to P plus V. Okay, with V, velocity is equals to V C sub I multiplied by a random number or a random variable, then P best minus P plus C2 multiplied by random variable multiplied by G best minus P. Okay, P is the particle's position, V is the path direction, weight of local information C1, weight of global information C2, and then P best position of the particle, and then the G best is the position of the swarm, best position of the swarm, and then rand is the random variable. Okay, the number of particles usually between 10 to 50. Some scientists or some scientists use 0 to 100, but some, in this case, they are explaining that 10 to 50 is the usual number. Okay, C1 is the importance of the personal best value. C2 is the importance of the neighborhood best value. Usually, C1 plus C2 is equals 4, which is empirically chosen value. Okay, if velocity is too low, algorithm is too low. Okay, if velocity is too high, algorithm is too unstable. Okay, if algorithm is too slow, it would take time to discover the best location for the swarm, and then if the velocity is too high, the uh, the algorithm is too unstable, and then still there is an implication in finding the of best position of the swarm in the search space. Okay. Now these are the steps. Create a population of agents. So these are the particles, the members or the parts of the swarm, uniformly distributed over X. Evaluate. Second step: evaluate each particle's position according to the objective function. If a particle's current position is better than its previous position, there's a need to update it. Then we have to determine the best particle according to the particle's previous best position. Okay? So to update particles' position or velocities, we have v v sub I raised to t over t plus 1, and then this part here is the inertia, then the C1 times p best, the random number u, then p best minus p sub I raised to t plus C2 times random number, and then the global best minus p sub I raised to t. So this is the inertia, the personal influence, and then this is the social influence. Okay? Then we move the particles to their new positions. To update their new positions, we have p sub I raised to t plus 1 is equals to p sub I plus raised to t plus v sub I raised to t plus 1. Then go to step 2 until stopping criteria are satisfied. Okay? Now, the particle's velocity as given, we have three parts: inertia, personal influence, and social influence. Inertia makes the particle move in the same direction and with the same velocity. Okay? Unless unless an external force is provided, so it will change. But until such time, the velocity remains the same. Improves the individual, and then makes the particle return to a previous position better than the current. So this is quite conservative. And then we have social influence, makes the particle follow the best neighbor's direction. Okay? So the swarm's particular or personal influence or personal best is now influenced by the best neighbor's direction. Okay? Next, the intensification, it explores the previous solutions, finds the best solution of a given region. Diversification means searches new solutions, finds the regions with potentially the best solution. So in the particle swarm optimization, we have two parts: diversification, the intensification. So v raised to v sub I raised to t plus c1 and so on and c2, that is the intensification. Okay, so given the figure, this is the whole search space. So x and y is the Cartesian plane, or the x and y coordinates. Okay. Now moving on, as you can see, the swarm moves. No, the swarm now moves to the maximum fitness. Okay. So these arrows above, these arrows above, these arrows above are now going to the best position. Okay. Next, yeah, they are now in the best position, and these arrows below, let me think. Okay, these arrows below are now converging towards the best position, because they are now influenced to those previously swarm particles who have experienced or have reached the maximum fitness. Okay? Yan. Okay, they are now in their best position. Okay. Now the advantages of this algorithm is that insensitive to scaling of design variables, very simple to implement, easily parallelized for concurrent processing, derivative free, and then very few algorithm parameters, and very efficient global search algorithm. Okay? The only disadvantages are the following: tendency to a fast and premature convergence in mid-optimum points. Okay? Mid-optimum points. So the faster the velocity, it tends to converge prematurely. And then slow convergence in refined search stage. Weak local, meaning weak local search stability. Okay? That's all.